It's like the opening scene of a hellish school, where everyone's saying, "We survived," but their faces look like they've seen a ghost. A wave of united defiance swept the classroom as students prepared for the exam. Nobody wanted to die before the exam, and the entire class agreed, except Eyeball Difficult, who didn't want to lose the bonus points. Scaredy Cat hoped others stay, but Laughing Blade kicked him. A girl eager to go home knelt, pleading, so Eyeball Difficult finally relented. The class rep approached Officer Lai, presenting the request for everyone to go home, but Officer Lai brutally replied that even going home wouldn't reunite them with their parents. The government had shunted everyone outside into shelters, and now they were soldiers forced to train at school, news that left everyone utterly devastated. But the students didn't buy that their parents had moved. It had to be a trap. So a few boys plotted to sneak out under the cover of darkness. Unexpectedly, they were caught and dragged back in less than 2 minutes, leading to the whole class facing the music of punishment that did nothing to quell their escape plans. The next day, they shared terrifying experiences with other classes, inciting a joint rebellion. The school checkpoints nearly fell. Suddenly, a giant flying saucer fell from the sky, terrifying everyone and jolting the crowd, who then stared into the smoke. The sphere throbbed like a beating heart, and the instructor, fueled by adrenaline, crept closer. When suddenly he heard some creature roaring from just meters away, he screamed, "Run!" But too late, monsters burst from the UFO, charging like on cheat codes. So many monsters that bullets couldn't stop them. Only after seeing their instructor killed did students flee in panic. The campus transformed into a hellscape, with monsters tearing apart everything in sight. Neither students nor instructors stood a chance. Many were torn apart, teachers fell protecting their students. What was even scarier? Another flying saucer followed right behind, and the officer on site made the shocking choice to abandon the students and run. Next moment, a monster jumped at his window. He flipped in fright and died. The class bravest Laughing Blade was shocked. Amid panic, a girl named Nara showed exceptional talent. She picked up a fallen rifle and began taking down monsters with deadly precision, dazzling everyone in awe. Officer Lai was desperately trying to safeguard his students, but more flying saucers continued to descend. Thankfully, most students had managed to find refuge in the building. They quickly barricaded the door with tables and chairs. Monsters had fully taken over outside. A break-in was inevitable. Guided by their instructor, they hurried to dorms for weapons, as school was unsafe. They sprinted toward 2 army trucks outside, which represented their hope for survival. Officer Lai and Officer Black charged outside, guns blazing, while the students sprang into action at the signal. The students split into 2 orderly lines, climbing onto the trucks. They were the only survivors at the school. Suddenly, the monsters noticed the commotion. One girl froze, staring at the crashed plane as if soulless. Officer Lai handed her hand to a student in the truck, started the engine, but slipped, fell, and badly hurt her foot. Unaware, Officer Lai started the car. Students tried to pull her back, but a monster pounced next. Frantic, Officer Lai tried to save her but was stopped by Officer Black, who feared everyone would be eaten if they didn't leave. The campus was overrun by monsters, no living beings in sight. Attacks weren't confined to the school, soul-phase flying saucer bombardment. It seems the apocalypse neared, as the last survivors rushed to the military base. At least it was relatively safe there, but a monster crawled into the driver's seat of the second truck. The car lost control, flipped, and the monster kept climbing into the cabin. The students inside immediately opened fire, finally taking down the creature, but the instructor had sustained severe injuries in the crash, making it impossible to reach their destination. With night fast approaching and bullets running low, the group decided to find somewhere nearby to rest for the night. Meanwhile, Officer Lai successfully reached the military base in his truck, but noticed the second vehicle hadn't arrived yet. He immediately approached the commander, requesting to go back for them, but the cold-hearted commander couldn't care less about the students' lives. He warned Officer Lai, unauthorized action means immediate execution. These were students about to take exams, now writing farewells in the battlefield. Seniors were forced into battle and inadvertently got separated, finding shelter in a house for a brief respite. Unfortunately, they lacked food and had severely injured teammates. Luckily, they found a medical kit and clean water after searching. A girl with big eyes found a pack of instant noodles in the kitchen, but decided to scarf it down herself, thinking sharing wouldn't fill her up anyway. After eating, she tried to sneak out, saw a monster far away, screamed, and ran back. Hearing the noise, her teammates rushed to help, only to find their ammo completely spent, forcing them to hide. The monster couldn't breach the door, so it started climbing up to the roof, displaying a hint of intelligence. To their shock, it found a way in through the chimney, and Genlai quickly alerted everyone to relocate. They swiftly retreated from the living room to the bedroom while the monster went berserk, slamming against the door. Officer Lai, ignoring warnings, bravely returned for the scattered students, prompting classmates to insist on joining. Only the timid, bespectacled boy stayed, while students huddled in the dark as monsters showed no sign of leaving. They found Zhang Yan's wound festered with fever. The situation was dire. They had to seek help. Zhang Lai advised running to the nearby warehouse, driving the truck there to escape. All agree, but problems arose one after another. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.